Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a requested reading that actually it was made a long time ago, but I totally forgot. And I was seeing Kai's videos, or actually I came across Kai's picture, and I remembered that someone had asked me to do a reading for him and his relationship with Krystal. So what I'm going to do, so we don't dive too much into the past, more to see how they felt about each other back then, how they do feel now, and how they're doing individually, so we can have a bit of both individuals' states right now, to see how they're doing in their own personal lives. So let's start with the reading. I placed Krystal on the left. I placed Kai on the right, and I remember I think I once read some information because I didn't search for it now, but I think I saw Krystal's birth chart, and she is a Scorpio with a moon in Gemini. So yes, very strong energy. She does look like a Scorpio, by the way. The way she starts, she definitely looks like a Scorpio. And well, Kai is a Capricorn with a moon in Aquarius. So yes, a lot of compatibility, at least for these very important planets of personality. So let's see. In the case of Krystal, we got the Queen of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, and the King of Cups. So yes, I think that for her, actually, she felt like a queen when she was with him, honestly. And not just a regular queen. I mean, not just like a fairy tale princess, waiting for her prince, or like a damsel, like, oh, finally I met my savior kind of vibe, no, nothing like that. She definitely felt, first of all, like a Queen of Pentacles. And when you think about the Queen of Pentacles, if you see the image here on the left, the Queen of Pentacles is someone that is holding her coin very tight, and at the same time she has this look in her eyes of determination, and at the same time of feeling very powerful and feeling very stable and feeling very protective of what is hers. So I think that probably, I don't know why, but I have the feeling that since we are starting with a queen energy, probably she was the one that made the first move. Not she didn't make it obvious, of course, but she was like waiting for him to get it, to get that she was interested. It's just that her energy, it's very it's not only magnetic, but it's also very intimidating. I think that a lot of people can see that, because sometimes she does play roles in dramas where she is like this kind of character. Although inside she's a very sweet person and she's very sensitive. But I think that if you see the way she acts, you definitely know that she is not someone that she's she is like, she has her standards. She makes you pass a fruit test to see if you're worthy of her time. And I think that she felt really successful when she was able to start this kind of romance, especially when they were in this phase of seduction and conquering each other, and making the first moves. I think that and she was very like, this she had already made her mind that he was going to be her man. She was like, okay, I want this guy, I like him. And I think that she was very secure of that. and she felt like a conqueror. She felt like she really conquered him. I think that this also has to do with emotions, but at the same time it has to do with some kind of like the feeling, like feeling you're a champion, like feeling like you won a prize. So probably Kai was like an object of desire for her. you know I think that probably she was more interested in conquering him or in making him fall in love than actually allow herself to feel more. To I think that she was like very concentrated in playing this kind of seductress, where you become like a magnet for the man, and it's like, and he becomes like obsessed with you. I think that she was very determined to be the one in control in the relationship, and I think that she was. But what I see here is that actually there was like this inner desire of almost like competing. So I don't know if maybe there were rumors running around that, or actually she knew that Kai was very wanted in the field. I mean, between in the circle where they hang out. But she definitely had her eyes on him. She was very, very determined to get him, and she did eventually. Because then we have the King of Cups. That the King of Cups, it's a card that talks about, yes, feeling. It's about, but you see that there are these two, this king and this queen. Definitely, what it's telling me is that, yes, she did have feelings for him. She did feel really proud by being his girlfriend, but at the same time she did it from a place of like ambition, like saying, oh, I want this, I get it. And I think that she definitely felt a lot for him. She felt like an attachment to him. Thank God I don't see cards that actually indicate that actually she suffered from the way things end up. I don't think so. Because I think that she was in the control of the relationship. So even if she could have been the one that started this relationship, probably she was the one that ended it as well. And even though she's very emotional and she did love him and she did have a lot of feelings for him, at the same time, what I mentioned a few moments ago about objectification. I think that she was more interested in it's like almost like getting the popular guy, like the guy that everyone wants. And I think that actually she didn't see him like truly he was, like his true nature. Because actually I think that this is why she comes here represented by this Queen of Pentacles, is that she felt more mature than him, and probably she felt like she knew everything, and she told him how to proceed, and she told him, okay, we're going to do this and this, almost like a mother figure, like, okay, we're going to do this and we're going to see. And she was like the one for pulling the strings, and I think that even till the last moment of the relationship, probably she was the one manipulating everything for them in the relationship. So I think that she definitely felt powerful being with him. So probably there was something about him that maybe, I don't know if maybe he was a bit naive, or maybe he acted like he was naive, but he did like make her feel important, like she is like the boss, like he was definitely like very like it almost like he was blinded by her charisma and by the way she manages herself, And I think that he also was very proud of her, of the fact that he was uh, dating someone that was this powerful. I think that Kai definitely, because he is a Capricorn, definitely he has this kind of, for him, the personality, the status, and also for his, he wants his partner to have this very strong and stable image, and also like this body language, this very sharp female, almost like cold and strategic, and probably because in the inside, I think that when I think about Kai being a Capricorn, I actually don't see him being a Capricorn. I don't see him like that structured, that stable. Actually, I can see more him actually behaving like his moon in Aquarius. I see him more like an Aquarius than a Capricorn. Maybe because I can see more his moon, but I think that he definitely represents the Aquarius Uranian energy, of him being really different, of being really creative, and also of being. I know that there was someone once that actually commented to me that we don't have to forget that also Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, so that maybe this is why it's a mix of Capricorn and Aquarius, in the sense that he is stable in gaining success and in being prosperous and abundant and a very hardworking person. But at the same time, there's a flexibility in him. I see him like being very flexible, being very, and not only because he's a dancer, I mean it in the way he views things. I think that he is a bit more in his private life, I'm talking about, that he is a bit softer, that he is not that like dominating kind of man that you see in the MBs, or where you see him expressing all his fullest potential when it comes to his sexuality. He is, I think that moon in Aquarius of his makes him a bit of someone that is different. There's something about his energy that it's very like it's like something you never seen before, and at the same time he feels like he could be your friend, and that he can be really compassionate and really and not so much like career driven, because it's like, okay, everyone, when we think about Capricorn, everyone is like, oh yes, they are very hardworking, they are very ambitious. And I think that in the case of Kai, it's not about how hard he works. It's more about what he does that sets him apart from the rest of the main dancers. The fact that he is different. He is a great dancer. He is the main dancer for a reason, and they all have certain specified like characteristics that makes you a main dancer in a group. But I think that when it comes to Kai, and what I was able to always see about him is that he brings novelty, or he brings something in the way he moves that you never seen before, or that probably it's like he always it's like he's always bringing, like, raising the bar, being better and better and better, and at the same time you cannot, like, if you want to copy him, you cannot copy him, because it's like it's his own personal brand. So you can be a very like a skillful dancer, but you can copy his move, but you cannot copy his essence and the concept that he brings. And he's mysterious, but at the same time he is very like different. He is different. So let's see about him, how he viewed his relationship with her, and how he felt. And we have the Sun card, the Queen of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. So yes, I think that he definitely felt really proud, really happy, like really like laughing and giggling when he started like approaching her. You know, he felt really lucky. He felt like he found his soulmate. Um, he just wanted to have fun. You know, I think that there's something about Kai's lifestyle that sometimes it can be a bit monotone or monotonous. So I think that there are moments where actually he feels when he's not on stage that his life is very boring, or that actually sometimes he wishes he could do more things, but probably he doesn't have a lot of people to do it with. And I think that by meeting her, he was able to experience this new stage in his life, you know, about, well, I'm in a relationship, what is it about, you know, what do I have to do? And then here with the Queen of Wands, I'm sorry, the Queen of Cups, you can see how the roles are reversed here. She got the King of Cups and he got the Queen of Cups. So definitely he was more on the receptive side. He was more on this feminine side, you know, he was more connected with his feminine side of actually being very full with emotions and sentiment and feelings for her, that he would let her make the decisions, you know, that he wouldn't hesitate, or he wouldn't be like, oh, I don't like this. He wouldn't put resistance, you know, to what she was demanding for things to do, to be done, you know. So I think that he definitely admired her, and he was very infatuated by her, especially because she had this like magnetism and this aura and this and he loved to make her smile. You know, I think that he felt also very lucky by he felt chosen by her. This is why I think that she was very like the like very in control in the relationship, because it was like he adored her, you know, almost. But then when here with the Five of Pentacles, definitely, I think that for him, actually breaking up with her probably wasn't very. It was not a good moment. I think that he did felt a bit insecure afterwards. So I don't know if maybe she had said something to him that actually affected him, or she maybe had said something harsh to him, or she just cut all connections abruptly. He got really like, because this is not about heartache, you know, because the Three of Swords is a card of heartache. The Five of Pentacles, it's a card of lacking. It's a card of you feeling like you are not good enough, that you are lacking in some way. So probably, I don't know if maybe what she said to him at some point was that he wasn't what she wanted, or maybe what they were having, she wasn't satisfied with what he was doing. Because definitely I see him like a very different kind of personalities, in the sense that she was the one that was very assertive in control, and I see him more like being on this passive role, you know, and at the same time of being really like not knowing what to do, actually, what to do or say, and actually relying a lot on her. Um, and also I think that it has to do with feelings at the same time. I think that probably he did feel a lot for her, but he didn't know how to express it. So probably there was like an emotional disconnection here. And so yes, with the Five of Pentacles, it's this feeling of poverty, you know, it's this feeling of you not having enough to provide for your loved ones. So there's something here definitely about this. He felt really really sad because he didn't have what it takes to continue his relationship with her. And I don't know if maybe this had to do with him actually standing out for himself, and being like more like on charge, because I see him more on the childish kind of vibe. I see him more like in this place of enjoying this relationship very much, but at the same time like just appreciating the fun times, of being in a relationship, or appreciating the entertaining sides of being in a relationship, and not actually going deep and building a security for this relationship. And he felt really disappointed in himself when they broke up. But I think that definitely something was said to him that made him like it almost like touched his masculinity, like, oh, you are not good enough, or you are not very enough, or you are not defending this, or you are not speaking about this, you are not defending a relationship, you are not putting the effort. I think that this relationship required, of course, that it had her a strong, it's like she knew what she wanted, and she wanted to be with him, and he wanted to be with her, but at the same time it felt like the whole responsibility of the stability of this relationship uh, was hers, and that he actually just came along and enjoyed the ride, but he didn't have a responsibility, or actually like a strong presence in the relationship. So let's see how they are doing right now, how they feel about each other right now. We have the Knight of Swords in reversed, the Temperance in reversed, and the Judgment. So yes, I think that they definitely are not communicating. I think that probably in the past they did communicate, but it just became very toxic pretty soon, because I think that there were a lot of like harsh feelings, like probably I can see it since the Knight of Swords is like looking at her side. Probably she was the one, because she has a moon in Gemini, so probably I can see her like texting him every once in a while. Not recently. I'm talking about the moment they broke up, like a few months later or something. I see her like texting him, and not texting him to start a conversation, but just to say something to to make him feel guilty, to almost like to attack him a bit. But I think that probably I think that here with the Temperance in reverse, these kind of messages, or the way they interacted with each other afterwards, it was a bit aggressive, because I think that the way this relationship ended, so I don't know if maybe this is someone else's decision that this had to end. Their companies actually like getting in the way here, like getting in this situation, because I see like since the Temperance is in reverse, I see this like some of them, I can see her more in this attitude, more like I will not forgive you. Like, I will not forgive you for what you've done, or for what you hadn't done. So probably there's like a bit of resentment until this day, or like an open wound, something that you cannot like heal entirely. Because yes, here I think that definitely they were like not in good terms. And then with the Judgment actually is talking about the now, the right now. And I think that they definitely are coming to a moment in their lives where they are letting go of the past, and actually they had other experiences in their lives that actually are making them more mature. Probably they are letting go from the disappointment of this relationship failing. Um, I think that they blamed each other a lot in back then, but now they are in this place where they are letting go. I think that they are just human, trying to do their best, with fame and with responsibilities and the public and the public's perception and like there's a lot of pressure. This is why I always say about this, like everyone romanticized idols, dating idols, and everyone is like, oh, they should do it. Yes, but there's I see that there's not much fun in dating with someone so famous. I think that it's not that glamorous as you think, and I think that also, since what the side of Krystal showed me, that actually she was really attracted to the way he behaved on stage, or probably the way she saw him when they encountered each other. And actually then when they were in intimacy, then she realized that she was like the stronger one in a relationship. And I think that it's nothing wrong. I think that in the case of Kai, actually, I see him that he was very young back then. I don't know how old is he, but I see him like, if I say that he was childish right back there, and that this was like almost like his first experience. It was because he was really young and he was very different when it comes to experiences than Krystal. Krystal was always like this achiever. She's always like, this is why I think that it wasn't that romantic either from her point of view, because she was like, okay, I want that guy, like you go to a supermarket and you go and you go, oh, I want to buy this, so I think that they both have a lot of things to learn from this relationship. Of course that they did a great match, but I think that there was like a lot of strugglings with control. I think that because if you see, when I read for Kai and Jenny, that I what I always said about this relationship is that I definitely saw him like making the effort, like buying her gift, like going to see her, like moving himself, moving to conquer her, and I think that this is what he learned from being in a relationship with someone that has such a high standards, or with a female that has such a strong personality. He learned that he had to be more proactive, and that he had to take the lead, and that he had to be like the one making the move and being responsible. I think that this is what being in a relationship with Krystal actually taught him, to be more involved in the process of making a relationship work. Even though in his case with Jenny, actually Jenny wasn't available emotionally, actually. And I think that the fact that the news came out too soon, when they were just getting to know each other, I think that definitely there's still a certain insecurity in guys, to be like, okay, what do I need to work on myself, because I feel like I fail in my relationships, and I seem to not be able to sustain a relationship. What do I need to work on myself as a male? And then the cards that I took from the oracle for each of them to see how they're doing. Krystal got the card of decisions. So she's definitely going through a moment where actually she's having to make a lot of decisions when it comes to her life and probably her career. There are a lot of things that she will have to say goodbye to. She will have to start like closing cycles, closing cycles in her life. And I think that she's really good at making decisions. I don't think that I don't think that she's struggling making decisions. She actually likes it. She's very organized in that sense. Um, but at the same time, I think that there are a few relationships in her life that she needs to like cut those relationships, because I think that she has maintained certain relationships because of respect, but actually she needs to make like to start over and to clean a bit, her energy in that sense. There are people that actually are not adding anything to her life. So she definitely needs to like start like putting some endings to some situations. And this is in the state that she is now. And in the case of Kai got sun's rays. So he is like enjoying the rays of sun. He is also, we got the card of the sun, and then we have like an oracle that talks about the sun's rays. So it's very meaningful. He's definitely shining. He's in a moment where he's having fun. He's connecting with his inner child. I think that he's very funny. He's a guy that he's very like uh, this is why I don't know how to say it. I always say he's different, but that's not the word that I want to express. But I cannot find other word. But I think that there's something eccentric about him, and at the same time, this eccentricity is what makes him really funny. Like I think that he is in a place where he's feeling really proud of himself. I think that he had accomplished a lot of things by himself, and he had become more and more responsible of his own career and his own life decisions. So I think that he is going through this moment where he doesn't feel so insecure anymore. I think that he feels that he has given his best. That there are moments that he do feels a bit lazy. I think that probably the like something that he needs to work on, it's like consistency, because I think that he is someone that gets bored easily as well. This is why this childish energy is here, because it's like he wants the fun times, he wants the times where you can have fun and laugh and enjoy. And when the hardships appear, he sometimes doesn't know how to deal with those, especially also with the sad feelings, with sad emotions, of feeling a bit like not so good about himself. It's like he cannot handle these kinds of feelings. This is why sometimes he tries to distract himself by watching things that make him feel happy or can lift up the mood, but he needs to also to understand that yes, it's really marvelous that he is connecting with his inner child and that he has the ability to enjoy himself and to laugh, but at the same time that he can feel comfortable enough to be like, okay, maybe today I'm not feeling so optimistic, or today I'm not feeling so happy, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that I'm depressed or something. It's just that it's also a side of my personality that sometimes I do feel my energy down, especially him being a Capricorn. We Capricorn people are ruled by Saturn, and sometimes Saturn energy is very heavy and it's very pessimist. Sometimes it brings us down and it brings our moods down, and we are like, oh my God, we are caught in this this feeling of negativity, feeling like really like, oh, I'm not good enough, oh, this didn't come out well, So he needs to also embrace that dark, almost quote unquote dark side of himself, and not only like the funny parts. So guys, this is all I have for Kai and Krystal's relationship. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate always your recommendations. So I see you in the next video. Bye.